I'm doing the conversation.
Nobody can see you, really. You can say like that.
No, well,
Said they can see you, they can see most all.
recording. All right, well, well, what I'd like to do, though, is go to, I want to watch a TED Talk. One of the things that we talked about is having what we call news conversation. But I wanted to suggest that we have conversations that tie in with the theme of the week, which has to do with the environment of the earth. And that we create a consciousness about our relationship to this earth. In order to do that, I wanted to just put up, and just so we just have as a reference point, one of the pieces of work that the social process team is working on, and that is how do you enable the expansion of the social process to include more than society. And I know there's been a struggle with this question, you know, where does the care for the earth fit in? Obviously, as we look at our fundamental resource dimension, we have to be conscious of it there. But that still has to do with the way in which society operates and not the way the earth operates. And so, 3 different people have worked on that independently, and that's one of the pieces of work that we've done. I'm sharing what I want to have people see is simply the piece that I've done. It got blown up. Yeah, that one there. And I can just hold it up here if need be. I was going to put it up on the board, but if you want to see it, well, nobody's going to be able to see it here. But oh, I see you showing it there. That I saw the social process as 1/3 of the way in which life functions. That life has a collectiveness to it. And that is what we call the social process. But it also has an interior dimension that is just your life. And each and every single human being has a life. And I call that the human process, which is primarily about the interior. This is about our sociality. But there's a third life. And that's called the natural process. That life flows in and through nature as well. And contrary to the way in which most science is taught these days, that life is an accident that we're living out of, the natural process, in my awareness and my appreciation, is that the earth is alive. And I don't mean just a buzz with bugs and trees and so on. But the entire earth, from its core, in its relationship to the sun and the moon, is a living system. And therefore is a part of the life process. Life, we can see it, but the deep dynamics that are going on in the natural process, if we don't appreciate the fact that there's a mentation going on, that there's a life process going on. So I'll deal with more with that on Thursday, but I wanted to do that as an introduction. And it seems to me that when we used to do the standard news conversations, yeah, you can take it down. They were primarily over here at the social process. We got newsed by the way in which our society was functioning or malfunctioning. And then we had spirit conversations, primarily dealing with our own individual journey or our life interior. But we didn't have conversations about the natural process, other than the encounter with the wonder of life, and not necessarily our webness of it, our relationship to it. So I thought we would try and invent a conversation that has something to do with a dialogue with the earth. And I thought about this last night and jumped out of bed and said, I want to see if there's any TED Talks. So I opened up I hope none of you have seen this. I opened up TED.com, and I'll ask James to do that at this point. And right there, staring me in the face, the very first thing is this talk on the Amazon. And so I watched it. And that's what I'd like us to watch, and then we'll talk about it. Just a little bit of context about it is that you're going to have to read the subtitles because the guy did the talk in Portuguese. But the images are what's important, and the subtitles will tell you about what he's about. So, without further ado,